this person is. What's up, Robert?
Hey, how you doing, Dolly?
I'm doing pretty good.
This is Robert from Texas.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure you wasn't a troll.
No, 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 not me.
Okay, all right. I didn't even throw up the safety screen. I meant to.
It's
if
all
you would
good.
have been, if you would have been a troll, you would have got me. You would have got me. Okay.
Nah, yeah, yeah.
Changed my
I'm
picture
slipping.
instead of the old one.
Okay. Well, it's good. I got a couple fellas up here tonight. I'm going to ask you, man. What do you think about this girl? Is she a victim or is she a criminal that deserves to be in prison? And then you can follow up on that same
Have we
question.
heard from her yet?
We haven't because she's incarcerated. I
We
was
can,
thinking to myself, should we reach out to her and see if she'll write back?
yeah, because we can't determine. Well, she was a victim. We know that in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's way too young. But when did she become a criminal? If she did become a criminal, when did she become a criminal? And if she did become a criminal, then she's a criminal. But she may be a victim the whole time. We don't know that yet.
And another thing too is how long have the kids been in this condition, like in this house?
4 years.
Well, I know they've been in the house for 4 years, but was the house always in this condition? Because there's family members saying that the house wasn't always tore up. It's when the older couple fell ill that the house went into despair. Is from what they're saying.
We
So
don't.
that hadn't been 4 years, but we don't know that to be factual.
We don't know the whole 18. Like the oldest was 18 years old, so we don't know all the other places they lived if they were living in this condition at all. As well, right?
Yeah, like maybe were the other houses in the same terrible condition,
I
or
think
did they
they were
have, or did
jump.
they have nowhere to go, and then they went to a house that was in terrible conditions?
I think they jumped states and were kind of keeping ahead of the authorities. Kind of not sure.
Okay, Sage is saying the state approved $1 million to help the children removed from her. Vinton is how do you say the name of that? Vinton?
Vinton County,
Vinton
Ohio.
County home. Yeah. Robert, what is your take on this? We haven't heard from you on this one yet, Robert. What do you think about this woman, her husband, their parents, 16 kids living in a dungeon?
Well, my take is, you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So she was 13. I read that she was pregnant when she met the husband now. So she had a child before him. But I believe that she has been groomed by this family. So, that I think his whole goal was keep her barefoot and pregnant.
Barefoot and pregnant. Now I heard that the guy met her at 13 and she got married at 15 when she was pregnant with her first child.
Okay, maybe that's what it was. How
Yeah,
the internet, there's all kinds
yeah.
of stories.
From my understanding, he has been with this girl since she was 13. And they
Right.
were in a relationship from the time she was 13. They married. He took her to West Virginia at 15, when she was pregnant, to marry her. But the parents of Elizabeth signed off on the marriage certificate, and they got married. And then they stayed in West Virginia for a little bit, and then they came back to Ohio, and they were kind of jumping around a little bit in Ohio.
Yeah. So I
Now,
just think that she's been groomed by these three people. She was too young, man. She didn't even have a chance to live any type of a life, right?
yeah.
And then she's been pregnant every 15 months or so, right? And then you read where you see where he led her through Dollar General by the elbow, and then would leave when it was time to pay, and stand in the parking lot and wait for her. But I think they need to
Is
separate
that
her.
really? Do you find that really odd? The whole wait
I
in the
don't
parking lot kind
find
of
it
thing.
odd that he waited for her, because I'd do that too.
I
So
do it too. Like when I go to the grocery store and we're in line and PJ is checking out, I walk out and stand right at the front of the store and wait for her.
yeah, I'll walk away. I don't
I
wait for
stay
them.
right with Mrs. Mad. We're like
Do you? I see. I don't do
like
that.
this.
I'll walk with her through the store. We'll get everything, put it in a buggy. We'll go get in line. I'll wait in line with her. But as soon as she starts checking out, I walk to the front of right out the doors of the store and wait there.
Right.
I used to do that with my ex-old lady.
So I mean, I don't find it weird. I don't do it for any weird reason. I don't like standing there watching them ring shit up. I don't want to see how much of my money's getting spent.
Yeah.
So
But
it's always a lot.
I think it's strange that he led her around the store, right?
That's
then
weird.
He'd walk away. So I guess I think that was like a controlling thing, right? He led her around the store, and then he knew that she'd have groceries and she'd have to come out. Anyway, I think, they need to separate her from them.
Yeah.
They need to take her somewhere and evaluate her for a while. Because I think there's bigger crimes here than what they're saying.
Could be.
Possibly. Yeah. I mean, every avenue has to be looked at when it's so strange like this. Now, sometimes when I'm in a store, we also split up because we go to this Kroger. It's really big. It's like one of these Krogers, but it has like a regular store in it. And so to get shit, you got to walk 10 miles. It's like a big super Walmart or something. So sometimes I'll be like, okay, I'm going to go over here and get the eggs and the milk. You go get damn bread and, cheese. And we kind of have a meetup location because the grocery store is so big that we just try to divide it in the equal, like, you go here, you go there. So we don't have to cover the whole store, so we kind of split up. But yeah, to walking her through the store with the elbow, I'm thinking this is one of these real controlling ass men, that don't let her out of her sight. She can't talk to people, limits to outside communication. I bet she don't have one friend, and
when could she? She's been pregnant her whole life.
I think what they were buying at the store freaks me out. Vegetable oil, sugar, and eggs.
Yeah, that's
there's a lot of conspiracy about what is going on with that vegetable oil. Some people are saying this is just theories that they're feeding it to the kids. That it looks to me like it's in her hair.
Yeah,
it does. I was going to say that.
Maybe that house is loaded with pests and things, and that is their makeshift way of trying to get rid of lice and different critters is being oily. Like, it's crazy that lice don't like oily hair, but that is true. It don't. And I've heard of people putting mayonnaise in their hair, but I've never heard. But mayonnaise ain't nothing but cooking oil anyway, and eggs.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess it would serve the purpose.
Some of them African tribes, they rub that red stuff all over them, and that works for critters as well.
Totally.
They jump like 5 feet high.
Oh, I don't know. I've never been in one of those tribes to know. Like,
I've seen pictures.
I've seen some, like I said, I've watched multiple seasons of Hoarders. Believe it or not, PJ is a real big fan of the show. And every time she watches it, we end up throwing stuff away because we got too much stuff in our house, right? It don't look like their shit, but we got shit we don't need. And then every time she watches that show, we always end up donating clothes. We always throw some stuff away. And I think it's a good show to watch because it'll make you go, okay, I don't want to get, things to get out of control, because nobody thinks things will get out of hand, but sometimes they do, and there's a difference with
tools.
I got to where I felt like, I collect horror movie stuff, but I've ran out of room. So now I feel like I'm hoarding horror movie stuff. Like I don't have places for it. So I'm putting it in storage. And then I'm thinking to myself, why am I getting this stuff if I don't even have nowhere to put it? So I don't know. So I'm on that. I got to stop buying shit of horror movies because I don't have anywhere to put the horror movie stuff. And now I'm just kind of hoarding horror movie stuff.
A horror hoarder.
A horror hoarder. Yeah.
Damn.
I got damn masks everywhere. Like, I got life-size stuff. I got pictures. I got paintings. I got so much stuff, and I just don't have the room for it. I don't want to get rid of it because then once I get rid of it, I'm going to want it. That's the reason I got it, is because I want it. I just don't have anywhere to put all the stuff. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. Break it down to what I am gonna keep, like that I think is irreplaceable, and then the stuff that I can easily acquire again when I get more room, then I'll just get it then. But I'm just like I just ran out of room to put stuff.
Studio full of horror stuff.
No, all the horror stuff is either in my storage unit or in my living room. So, and I got a lot of it in the storage unit, and that's my point. If I had to pay to store it, what good is it doing
Need it.
me? I'm not enjoying it. It's sitting in a box
You need
in
to
a
get rid
storage
of the
unit.
storage unit and buy a shipping container, put it on your house, put it on your land, or throw all that shit away.
Yeah, well, no, everything I got is valuable. You know what I'm saying? To anybody that's into horror movie stuff, right? I think anybody would love to have my collection of horror movie stuff. Um, and even just like the autograph pictures and stuff I got from like Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees and Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Hellraiser and just
Christie's auction.
I don't even have enough room to put that shit on my walls. You know what I'm saying? So I got to do something, or unless I open up a horror movie museum. Don't throw Art the Clown away. I hear you. But yeah, maybe I'm going to these horror conventions this year. Maybe I'll sell some of the stuff that I have in my storage unit instead of just like. But then once I sell it, I'm going to feel like I can't replace it. And I guess that's how hoarding starts. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the borderline of a hoarder. I got stuff and I don't want to get rid of it, but I have no use for it.
I know the feeling about that. I collect all kinds of stuff as well.
Do you?
And, yeah, and I don't. It's not like phone books and plastic bags and junk like that. But I've got little knick-knack things that people might have made by hand, like these little weird looking, spooky looking things or whatever. Something catches my eye, and I gotta have it, right. It's
because every time I go to one of these horror conventions, I end up leaving with something. Even though I know I ain't got no room for it, I don't know where I'm going to put it. I always get some horror movie. And then I got my kid, she buys me horror movie stuff all the time. And now, like, what do I do with it? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's either get a bigger house, which I don't want a bigger house. I ain't no reason to have a bigger house. I don't know. Or I need to build some shelves in my house that house all my stuff. I got more shit than the occult museum at the Warrens. You know who the Warrens are? So, but their house, like you said, it's different when you got a bunch of shit that costs money and it's valuable than when you got trash bags, this shit that is no value whatsoever. It's just clutter in the house. That's totally different.
Empty cereal boxes piled in the corner. I've been in way worse houses than that. I've seen diapers piled in the corner of a house to the ceiling. The countertop was brown, and when I walked up to it, it was roaches, and they scattered, and the actual countertop was tan. I've seen.
Oh my god! Yeah, I have seen some bad stuff.
And chickens inside their house. I've seen a lot of bad. I'm not saying that what they were living in, it was awful. Right, 20 people living in that house, but I've seen worse actually.
Yeah, I've seen worse with less people living in it.
The county would know about it, and it's here in Texas, and they would do nothing. Right?
Yeah.
They don't want to take on the
problem.
I've been in houses in the South that have 2 inches of dirt on the floor.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even think there's a floor. Like, no, you can't see carpet, nothing. It's like walking on a dirt, like if it was just a dirt floor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And it'd be their actual floor. You're like, this is bad. You know,
you walk in a pie pan screwed to the wall because there's holes in the walls. Right. And I understand, I've been in those places like that. The people are broken, right? They're in poverty, they lose hope, and then it just spirals down. And I believe that, I think her name's Elizabeth. I believe that she's broken. She has been taken when she was 13, basically, pregnant all these times. Every month the dude could get her pregnant, and then kept captive, basically, pregnant and barefoot her entire over half of her life.
We don't know if she was barefoot.
Oh yeah,
I'm
well, I mean, yeah, maybe she's
I'm
wearing
going
flip
with
flops.
barefoot and greasy haired. Okay,
Yeah,
barefoot and greasy haired,
greasy haired.
barefoot. Yeah,
Greasy hair, greasy floors, everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean,
Um,
I don't know. The house is boarded up. I've seen other videos. News Nation showed it. The house is boarded up at least on the front. So I don't know about this video that's out there of the interior of it. Who knows if that's
yeah,
legit or not? I mean, they would have had to have broken into the house basically to get that video.
yeah. I think so too. And it's hard to say because they're saying even they say there's a bunch of fake images that are
Yeah.
going around of the house. So we really don't know what's real, what
Yeah.
ain't. It's just them first few pictures that came out that were taken from outside the house. You could see that there was debris that looked like it was in the kitchen that was cluttered. Um, and the one thing I did notice that they showed a lot of was that dog food bowl or the cat food bowl, whatever animal they had. It had food,
Right.
and a lot of the boxes were from the food pantry that was in the front. So the question was, were these kids eating and just living in a dirty environment, or were the kids not being fed and living in a dirty environment? You
Yeah,
know,
that's
um, and like if them pictures are real, the way they talked about it, like there was human feces everywhere. I didn't see that in the pictures. Now I did see a bunch of trash everywhere, but I didn't see I've been in places that because I used to do own a construction business where we did painting. So we would go into places that people moved out, and the conditions of some of these places were like you wouldn't believe some of this. I've seen human feces completely up the wall, you
yeah.
know, and it'd be like, oh hell no, you can better you better call somebody else.
I
There
got
ain't very many jobs I walk out of, but there's been a couple that I said, listen, you got to get somebody else to do this.
when I was a
It's been
kid,
that
my,
bad.
Oh,
when I was a kid, my uncle and my dad were painting the house, my aunt Betty's sister's house, way out in the country. So I went to help them. Then I had to go to the bathroom, so I went in the house, in the bathroom, and there was a stack 4 feet high of used women's like tampons.
Oh God, yeah, that's horrible.
I about lost it.
You don't want to flush those either. I tell you, you're plumbing up, boy.
I guess that's why they were piling them in the corner. I don't
Yeah, I guess that's. I mean, you
Oh my
got to think about it, especially older houses. I mean, them things like, not to be nasty, but you don't want to flush some stuff down the toilet. It'll
no.
clog everything up, and then you in
God.
trouble when you ain't got nowhere to
It's
go. But their
garbage.
toilet, if the images are right, and let's just say hypothetically that video that surfaced, the bathtub looked like it had some stuff in it, but it wasn't like filthy. The toilet looked, dirty, but it didn't look overfilled with like feces or anything like that. So it looks like they had a bathroom, not the cleanest bathroom, but they had a bathroom. And throughout the house, like I said, when they're showing the images, I don't see all this stuff. Is this something that's in the basement? Because a lot of people saying the kids were staying in this basement and there's a lower level to that house, and we haven't seen nothing surface from that yet.
Yeah, I mean, the house
Because
looks like maybe 1,000 square feet, maybe. I'm not.
they
It's
had
hard.
to have slept somewhere. So, I mean, they had to have beds somewhere in that house, even
But
if
you
it
don't
was
see
just
any in the video.
mattresses on the floor.
Yeah, there's no beds in the video, and then like the oven and everything's all busted, pulled away from the wall. So
Yeah,
when I see that video, I kind of look at it as maybe it's that looks like an abandoned house, right?
yeah.
That stuff was left behind a bunch of trash. But I mean, who's to say it's the house or not to say at this point?
Yeah, I guess when court happens, they're going to show images
Oh,
of what
yeah,
they seen when they entered that home. And I think you really can't believe much we see on the internet, especially with AI and people could post any dirty, nasty ass house. Some people are saying it is the house, and some people are saying it's not the house. So I have no way to know, but I do believe that you ain't gonna have the paramedics and first responders completely lying. I could see maybe social services um exaggerating a little bit, or be like, oh my god, but when you get the paramedics and the paramedics go, well, they stunk so bad that it was just like the worst thing I've ever seen. These people have no reason to lie, you know. So to me, it's like this must have been pretty bad, you know. And they said that they take better care of their animals. But the one thing that got me was how they all acted like they didn't know, but yet they did. You know, a lot of people in that community knew those kids were living in that house. A lot of people knew those kids were dirty and stinky and smelled like doo doo, but they didn't do nothing. I guess they eventually did because they showed up on a domestic violence and a child welfare check. So they're acting like, oh, we never knew these childs were here. Where you went there on a child welfare check, you had to know children were there, or you
Yeah.
wouldn't have went there for that.
I
So,
went there for the exposure charges.
well, he was
Yeah, I think
peeing in the
Yeah,
yard.
wasn't that the first time they showed up was for the exposure?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Decent
I better
exposure.
watch. I better watch that because sometimes, you know, I got a pretty private yard. I'm surrounded by woods, and I ain't got but one neighbor, and he's across the street. Sometimes I'll just, you know, hit a tree, a
Yeah,
bush,
I
but
did
you know
that.
what I'm saying? But I don't got nobody that can see me. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta
So,
mark my territory because I got coyotes and all kinds of shit going on.
oh,
Now,
okay. So you out there purposely doing it,
yeah, yeah,
right?
you got to mark it.
You got to mark your territory so they don't
Like
come up
this
on
with
in there.
what do you call sage?
But yeah, I mean, if you know, there's mixed things coming out. Some people saying they didn't have water, and in the news report came out that they did have water.
Huh.
So if they had water, there's no reason for there to be P
Peace.
or number two on in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Unless they're locked down in the basement because maybe grandma or grandpa got tired of dealing with them. 16 kids. You know
Yeah.
how that can just turn into a zoo basically in your house.
Grandpa,
Poor kid.
like he was looking one way with one eye and one way with the other. He could
Yeah.
everything at once.
Well, what do you
Yeah.
think as a child once you hit the age of about, let's just say, teenage years, you'd be like, oh hell no, I'm not living like this, and take off.
You would think that.
You know?
But then again, I mean, if you're groomed and you're abused so much, right? I mean, you're locked in a basement. I mean, what do you
Yeah,
do?
I
I
can
mean,
understand little kids living in them conditions. It's hard for me to think of it. Big kids would stick around at
you wouldn't.
15, 16, 17 years old and be in a doo-doo dungeon. You know what I'm saying?
I did a math on that, and they each had a 3 by 3 foot square to live in.
20 people, 16 people, 16 kids plus the two of them. You know, here's the thing. I believe that the mother and the father were living in the same conditions as the kids.
In the
Because
same.
that's what, yeah, because they stunk too. And look how dirty they are.
So that means it was less than 3 by 3. It was probably
Yeah.
I got to
That would
recalculate.
they'd put 18 people in a room, and it appears that they went and stayed with his parents, right? And they must have had, okay, well, you can come stay with us, y'all can take the basement. And next thing you know, they overwhelmed themselves with all those kids. And I don't know what kind of conditions, like it for these people to say it's the worst things they ever seen. It has to be pretty bad. I mean, I know I'm gonna show up for court, so I'm gonna get to see what it actually looked like. I know that because that then got my curiosity. So I'm gonna drive up though. It's only a 7.5 hour ride if I leave at night because there ain't no traffic at night. But if I leave during the day, it's like a fucking 10 hour ride, you know. So if I leave at night, I should be able to get up there in about 7.5 hours, which is about the same it takes me to get to Savannah. Um, so when they go to court, I'm going to go sit in on the court there in Ohio because I'm kind of curious too. Like you would think, I know they can't show us the kids or they can't tell us any medical stuff on the kids, but why not just show us the living conditions of what the kids were pulled out of?
Seems like
Yeah.
they're treating them all as minors, so they'll probably seal it all.
Yeah, but there's been cases where kids have been kept in cages. They show us the cages. They show us how the kids were being, you know, they show us the stuff. They don't show us the kids, of course, but they show us the conditions.
The Turpin kids were another
Yeah,
case. Before
they were chained up and kept in cages.
Yeah.
And then they were put in foster homes and were SA'd.
Oh my God.
right?
Yeah.
So they had it double bad.
I
They
know.
went from one prison to another prison, basically.
It's
Like
crazy.
that is insane. Like,
That's why I
man,
wanted to start like some kind of a watch group, to watch over these kids to where they go and which houses they go, and have a community citizen
where
group.
when they go to foster homes, there should be somebody that weekly goes by and checks out
Yeah.
to inspect
But
the
if you're
foster
if
parents.
you're if you're depending on the government to do that, I wouldn't do it. I would get a
But
citizen
yeah,
to
that's
do it.
and then we get to situations where it probably wouldn't be that bad in a small area, but when you get into major cities, these people are getting overwhelmed, and just like in with Harmony Montgomery, where the damn social service dude seen her walk out and get in the car with a black eye and didn't even get out of his vehicle,
I know. It's
you
horrible.
know. Well, he ain't a social worker no more. He's a mailman. I hope a dog bites him in the ass because that little girl would be alive if he would have done his job, but he didn't. Like, I understand that there's so much of this. There's so many abused children. This is just like, this probably ain't shit. There's probably worse stuff than this going on, and it just hasn't been discovered yet.
Yeah, I
You know?
mean, way back in the hollers up in the Appalachians. I mean, you
Or
got.
I mean, it may not be 16 kids, but I guarantee you this: there's kids right now
Oh yeah.
living in way worse conditions than this right here in America.
They're
Well,
digging
just
it up.
up in the mountains here in Boulder Creek area and Santa Cruz Mountains, I've seen some really bad stuff up there.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's like that a lot in these rural areas, and even in the city and slum areas where poverty, being like I said, being poor is one thing, but being just straight ass filthy and not clean and no hygiene and just treating your kids bad. Like, I can understand living in a shack and being poor and your mama love you and they're doing the best they can. That's one thing. But when people just don't give a shit about you and they throw you in a room and they don't feed you, like, why even have a child if you can't?
Take you to the
There's
fire
there's
department, drop you off.
there should be some rules about. I mean, China does it. I mean, we need rules about having fucking kids in America. You should have to be financially stable to have a fucking child in our country.
Well,
I
you
hate
need
to
a
say it.
license for a weapon. You need a license to drive. You need all these licenses for everything else. And for kids, you don't need nothing.
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm gonna share it again. I've been sharing it. Me and PJ go to this coffee shop. I watched this pregnant woman walk right into a crack hotel. I was
Oh,
like, okay, this is horrible. Why bring a baby into this world? You can't take care. You staying in a crack hotel, but yet you want to bring a baby into this world.
That baby can be a paycheck too.
That
that's why.
baby,
That's why.
I guess, if you're banking on that. Okay, we got somebody in the back. I don't know who this is. Their name is Nemesis. So
Uh-oh.
let me throw up the screen on this one. What's up, Nemesis?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What's going on? All right?
That's nice. Do you guys believe that white people are the supreme race?
Okay.
No.
Bye, Nemesis.
Comment, comment.
Hello, Nemesis, and goodbye, Nemesis.
Why?
Dude, listen, I love everybody. Let's make this clear. I love everybody. I don't care if you white, brown, purple, green. If you from Krypton, okay, I love everybody the same. It's 2026. Don't have hate in your heart, and don't come in my room saying that stupid like that. That's not good. Um, the human race is
Yes.
the best race.
Best
Okay,
friend. Yeah.
that's the race that matters. Is the human race. Um, in NASCAR, that race
Gotta have
matters.
that. Always gotta
Yeah.
have that.
NASCAR.
Right.
You watch NASCAR?
Huh?
You watch NASCAR?
No, but when he was talking about race, that's the only other race I could think of: the human race and NASCAR. Okay, Dale Earnhardt, Dale Earnhardt
Junior.
Junior, yeah, Junior, Senior, rest in peace, Senior. But yeah, there's always somebody up late at night that wants to, like, what is mental illness is a real thing in this world, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
They used to have mental hospitals when I was younger. They
yeah,
kicked
like crazy hospitals.
everybody out of the mental hospitals and just threw them out on the streets.
I know, man. Like it seems like that our our society doesn't take mental health seriously. And I think a lot of people themselves don't take their mental health seriously because nobody wants to admit that they're crazy. Or if you're going through, like if you was having chest pains, of course you would go to the doctor. You go to a heart doctor, right? If you cut your foot off, you would go to a doctor and get your foot sewed back on. But anytime people have mental health problems, they never want to call a psychiatrist because then they feel like they're crazy. But I think your mental health is just as important as your physical health. And if you're going through something, reach out and get some help. There's no shame in that. I'd rather be everybody needs some help sometime, either mental, physical, financial. But I think it's important to when you going through something, don't bottle it up, don't keep it inside, address that stuff and
Especially if
like
you're depressed.
yeah, and some people are just, like I said, that person could have just been a racist person,
Yeah.
or he has some mental health problems and he thinks that's how you start a conversation with people
Yeah.
you don't know. I don't think you could have been like, "Hello guys, how y'all doing tonight?" Something other than do you
Hey,
think
he brought it up in the beginning, right?
Why
He brought it up.
is the dominant race of the planet?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that
All
I don't
people.
know. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. We don't like we gotta mentally evaluate these people that are in this house because we may be dealing with some people that are sick,
Yeah.
and mental illness is a sickness, right? People sometimes they can't some people are just bad people. Like I think that guy, he was just being a bad dude, right? But
Yeah,
some people can't help that they're sick. Like I had this nephew, he would think UFOs was coming for him and they were going to pick him up. He used to walk around in circles with a Bible, right? Standing out, people weirded out by him, right? Just a weird fucking dude. But he really believed it. Like
He's
he
still
didn't.
around?
No, I think he's in jail. I don't know. I think he's in jail. But he would walk around in circles with a Bible, and he kept threatening to do things to never. He was little guy, and he he was just out of his mind. He wasn't all there. And with mental health, when you got mental health problems, sometimes you're okay, like you can hold a decent conversation, and then sometimes you're just out, like you don't realize what's going on around you. Like I said, this he would stand in the street and talk to angels and whoever aliens were coming to get him, and like it
Well,
really,
we
really,
just really
truly
have
believe.
to see these things, and we are the idiots.
Well, he believed this in his mind. He needed. He was. Uh, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. He needed a doctor because
probably
he really.
schizophrenic.
Yeah, border. Yeah, I would think schizophrenic, hearing voices, seeing things, all of it, like really bad mentally ill, not a little mentally ill, not like a slow person. I'm talking about flipped, gone.
Right.
Like
Right.
there's blood. I'm on fire, and shit. Like right, and you looking at him, uh, and 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 I've always thought they don't treat mental health seriously here. It's like they'll take you there and then they release you because you may not have a job, you may not have insurance, and nobody wants to house you and deal with your crazy shit. So they just push these crazy people back out on the street. And I just think that the world would be a better place if we took mental health more seriously and got some of these crazy people the help that they needed. Um, and a lot of times these people are just overlooked. Like there's no reason in this world that we should have a Vietnam vet on the street talking to a telephone pole. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Oh,
That person should be in a home somewhere. That person should be being taken care of, but they don't. You're crazy.
Point, though,
You can't work like that. You can't
they're
hold a job.
in their 70s and 80s now.
Yeah, you can't if you're not mentally sound, you can't hold a job. You can't keep a job, right?
right.
Like as soon as you flip out one time on the job, they're going to be like, "Oh, you gone. You got to get up out of here." So you can't hold a job. So now you're crazy, you're jobless, you're homeless, and it's just a compound thing. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have really no support for these mental health. And I'm thinking when it comes out that these people, I guarantee they have an IQ below 100.
Oh, definitely.
You know,
60, 70s, maybe.
and they're going to be low IQ. They're not going to be very intelligent, and especially we got to consider that their education combined is 8th and 9th grade.
Right.
She made it to the 8th grade. He made it to the 9th grade. So
Who was the
how much?
mastermind? Was it the old man and the old lady, or what?
I don't think so, because the old man and the old lady can't make them have 16 kids.
No, I mean not that part, but the whole control situation.
I would have.
Grandparents?
I'm going with it's her husband. I think it's him. He's the
three.
one. You think it's all three of them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the mom, the dad, and the husband. I believe that.
Has to be.
Okay.
Took a weak person and they groomed her to whatever reason they have in their sick minds. We don't know what went on inside that place. That's why they need to separate her from them.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's in the process of happening right now. I mean, I would think that would be unless they're just going to go ahead and say, hey, and throw her the book at her, and then why even worry about it if she's treated fairly.
Yeah,
it would be like,
feel like that'd be like an injustice to her since she was young, very immature, taken, pawned off or whatever, signed off on, and then her whole adult life, teenage years, adult life was having babies.
Yeah,
it just willingly. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, that's statutory. You'd be in Virginia. On West Virginia, different. Like some people don't realize West Virginia and Virginia is a different state, but it is. In Virginia, that's statutory. You're going to jail. You ain't getting married here. Like we got a place for you. It ain't a wedding chapel. It's a jail cell. We'll lock your ass up. You try that shit. Yeah, you be on a list.
Yeah, forever.
But I mean, the only two states I know that you can marry young in is West Virginia and Alabama. Alabama, I think they would let you marry back in the day younger than like 15 too.
What about Kentucky?
I don't think Kentucky you can marry. I don't know. Sometimes when you get around them hills, they have a whole lot of different rules. You know what I'm saying?
When I lived in Indiana, we had a family that lived down the street, and there was like 12 kids, and they were from Kentucky. Billy Thompson, he was like had a big old chaw tobacco in his thing all the time, diddling and coming out. He was.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing against that lifestyle, but I still don't think you should marry your kids off that young. I mean,
no.
We got a situation where it not only does it have to be fought in the United States, but globally with this, this trafficking that's going on around the world, and in places like I don't want to point back, like India, where they're marrying kids off at like 6 years old, 10 years old.
Well,
they're trading.
Met a 6-year-old and married her at 9.
Yeah, and I mean you get and cases like Woody Allen, where he's adopting a kid, but then as soon as she turns 18, he's marrying her. We got some sick people still here in America, but like I said, in some countries, people are literally trading livestock for kids.
Yeah,
I mean, it sounds like you would think in 2026 this type of stuff wouldn't be happening, but it is.
Back in biblical times, it would be like, okay, I got like 48 sheep. You know what I'm saying? You got this hot daughter. I got these sheep. You got that daughter. Let's do a little trade.
They trade that. That's how it's working. Believe it or not.
Dowry. Right.
I've been watching these documentaries about it on YouTube, and it's unbelievable. And just the where you would think if you're having all these kids, are you having the kids to sell them? Why are you having kids if you ain't going to take care of them? Like if you didn't want kids, why would you have them? That's where I don't get. If they were just throwing these kids in a dungeon and didn't want them, why go through the trouble of having them?
I know. That's the whole thing.
Times it was the more kids you had, the more wealth you had.
Yeah, but if they were selling them or doing things to profit off, like if they were creating a basketball team or a soccer team, it's something to do that was profitable off the kids, it seems like
dowries.
It would be a little bit more understandable of why they have so many kids. These people were having kids like she just liked to be pregnant. And I kind of described it as in, you know how people want a puppy, but then when it turns to a dog, they chain it up and throw it in the backyard.
Yeah.
Like everybody loves puppies, but they don't like a full grown dog. The dog don't matter anymore. It can stay out in the rain. But they love it to death when it's a baby. Maybe these people are like that. They love it to death when it's a small baby, right? Because you can't be neglecting a baby or the babies would be dead. All these kids made it past babyhood, right? So at some point they were taken care of, but then thrown away. And the only thing it makes me think of is the same way that people treat their dogs is, oh, I love it to death when it's a puppy, but as soon as it's big enough to chain up and throw outside, it gets chained up and thrown outside.
Once the hard part starts.
Yeah. Well, it seems to me the harder part of taking care of a kid is the newborn. That's the hardest part. Like once my child was potty trained and could take her own showers, and that was easy. That just feed her, watch her. You know what I'm saying? The hard part was when she would cry and you had to rock her. You know what I'm saying? And the bottle and burp her and she's throwing up on you. Them are the hard parts. And she did that. She made it through those parts. That's what I don't get. Like, at what point
did you wake up in the middle of the night all colicky? I have to put her in the hot shower with all the steam to get her to.
Yeah, and I mean the youngest child was 17 months, right? So them babies, if you didn't attend to them regularly, they wouldn't make it 17 months. So at some point, she's taking care of these babies. Now, when they get to a certain point where they're bigger, is she just overwhelmed by trying to take care of the babies and she can't take care of the older kids? And I mean, I don't know. I'm just hypothetically guessing. I don't think anybody should be allowed to have 16 kids. If your ass ain't got a job and you can't prove that you can financially support these kids, they should not let you give birth to these kids.
I think that some of the kids were taking care of the kids. You know,
yeah, that would make sense. And I mean, that's how the Duggars did it. The older kids got the younger kids dressed. The older kids helped the younger kids. And I mean, that's how most families are. When you have an older brother or older sister, the older brother or sister babysits the younger ones. You know, it's usually that. But you got 16, you have to be really well put. The Duggars did it good because they had money and they had a system and they had all those things in place to help the show. You know what I'm saying? To help financially. That's a lot of financial responsibility. Just one kid is expensive.
We know if they're getting assistance from the government.
I don't think they were. Not for the children. According to them, they didn't know the children were there. If they were getting assistance, of course they would know the children were there. They would be on a list. Like if they were getting EBT or some type of what is it, SNAP or WIC. There's all kinds of different assistance.
They could eat.
Yeah,
I saw another video where one of the people at the Dollar General said that the mother or Elizabeth would go and pay with a food card.
Yeah.
So
they were
some of the children accounted for and some not. That's maybe it's like My Strange Addiction, right? Maybe like that show.
What was their addiction? Having kids?
Having kids. Maybe. I mean, it's a weird. That's all she ever knew, though. All she ever knew was being 13 and then being pregnant and having kid after kid after kid. That's all she knew. It's just a weird thing.
I want to hear her talk so I can judge her.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to hear her just have a conversation so I can hear if she's intelligent, if she's dumb as a box of rocks, is she backwoods as a country bumpkin barefoot running through the mud hills. I want is she Appalachian. I want to know what the hell is going on with this woman. And I look at her and I see the earlier pictures of her. She looked really pretty, right? And she's not an ugly woman now. She's just dirty and greasy as like she was pulled out of fucking the Valdez oil spill, right? I mean, it's that bad. Like, oh my God, this girl is like I'm surprised they caught her. She looks like she could have slipped away.
Oh yeah.
Slipped the handcuffs right off, right? She looked like a human slip and slide.
She's,
Okay.
grab a hold of her wrist and she.
I mean, she's got to be somewhat intelligent. I mean, 33.
If you are bathing in cooking oil, you are not intelligent. Okay.
No,
I just
You
have
could
a
just
hard.
go for a week not taking a shower or two, and you'd look like that.
This girl's gonna
Yeah.
talk. She's gonna end up being a genius. She'll be like smarter than me. Okay. I'm gonna be like, oh damn. You know what I'm saying? Let me go buy some cooking oil. This
Well, we know the last person that had the addiction to oil, right? To KY was Puff Daddy or whatever his name
P
is.
Diddy, right? Yeah, P Diddy had that.
So
that
hey,
same-
who knows what's going on in that house? I mean,
yeah,
we don't
yeah.
know.
I hope it was olive oil and not, not
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Vegetable oil. Hey, but, I remember people going in the sunbathing and they put vegetable oil on their skin.
Did they? I've never
Yeah,
seen that.
baby oil.
I've
Baby
seen
oil.
people do baby
Yeah.
oil, but not like cooking oil. Like
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I've
go
seen-
lab myself up with some Crisco lard.
They try to get suntans with that oil.
Yeah.
Here you go.
They
Here's a
get golden brown.
Here's a ton of
Yeah.
lard.
I've seen them do it back in Indiana when I was a kid.
Old bacon grease.
Oh man.
I come from that era where they saved the grease. Anybody come from that era where they
Yeah.
saved
Oh
the
yeah.
grease?
Oh yeah.
That grease done cooked 700 meals.
She'd been sitting on a pan on top of a stove, right?
Run it through
3 years.
Run it
That's
through a
why I had
little-
That's why I had the heart attack. My mom used to cook like that.
Yeah.
She had some old ass grease, and she keep
You
that
go
shit
from the-
forever.
The pan on the top there to finally graduated to the jar, right?
Yeah,
After so long of sitting there.
Big,
they keep that shit like you couldn't buy no more.
I know.
my mom used to put these big old thing of Crisco in this big old black pan, throw a bunch of potatoes in there and fry them up. Pork chops, fried taters.
I mean, it is like tasty when you use old,
is.
good grease, right? But at the same time, man, I think that's why there's all these heart doctors.
Oh yeah, big money right there in that hard dog.
Yeah, that's why I think I used to eat like that too. Fried everything, cook it in all the oil you can possibly cook it in. Now I'm a little more like, oh, that scares me a little bit. Let me try to, I still eat some stuff because I can't cut everything out. But yeah, I think the way that generation ate, my generation was like everything was fried, and now there wasn't air fryers and shit when I was a kid. Now you can air fry stuff. You don't have to use all that grease. A little bit of olive oil, healthier option.
Factor meals, I eat those, man. They're awesome.
So I don't know. Like,
microwave.
Yeah,
we'll know more. Like, I want to get the scoop on this one. Like I said, I'll be in court when they go. So I'll be up there live, and we'll do some live streams from up there and see what the truth is. Because I think the truth is somewhere in the middle. I think we're not hearing the complete truth. I don't think they're lying. I think they may be exaggerating a little bit.
That could be. But
and I could be wrong. They could be.
And there's probably more horrors in that house than we know.
It could be. And this like a lot of people think that this is just the beginning of the charges, the 17 charges. And the weird thing is they're going to get more time for this than people that kill people.
Yeah.
They're facing like 100 and some years. You can literally go off somebody and not get that long in prison.
Exactly.
They let killers out every day. And I ain't saying that what they're doing, they don't deserve that. They do, but I'm just saying they go to the extreme on it, and like I said, if the woman if she's a victim, I don't want her to be treated like a criminal.
Right.
But we got to find that out.
People just say they just want to, throw everybody in there and say, oh, they're all bad, they're all this. But you gotta have a little empathy. Maybe this woman was taken from a girl and just in this life and couldn't get out. Who knows?
She was always taking care of a baby. I mean, you couldn't leave.
All she ever knew.
Yeah. Well, that should it should unfold and we'll know more. That's why I didn't want to really jump to judgment on her. And But any way you look at it, nobody should live in those conditions.
No,
A
no.
damn dog shouldn't live in those conditions.
Well, I have 8
So
dogs. They live in way better conditions than they.
yeah, I mean
I
my
make their
dogs.
meals for them, and
Yeah, my
they live
dogs
in
are on the
all of them in
couch
the
in there.
house. And, yeah, they all have beds.
Oh,
I live in a doghouse. Let's put it that way. I'm a human in a
Even
doghouse.
even when I leave the house, I put something on Netflix for the dogs.
Exactly. Yeah, they have entertainment. I put it
took
on
my
the YouTube channel
I
for the
took my
dog.
dog for a walk last night, and we made it like down to the stop sign, and his hips gave out, and he just
That's it.
couldn't walk. That was it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that dog is old. You got right, ma'am.
Yeah, he's 15, going on 16, and we had to. I didn't have my phone. I couldn't get a hold of Miss Knapp. She kept thinking I was spam, and I finally like borrowed somebody's phone and sent her a text. And by the time I got home, she was just getting into the car, and the dog. I had a friend. The dog was down at the park. We had to like lift him into the car, and then he was like, "Ugh," but he's recovered now. he's being a pill again already.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, they don't live forever. That's the bad thing about pets,
That's the
man.
bad thing about them. Yeah.
Yeah, they
I've
got a
got
short lifespan.
yeah. Almost all my dogs are seniors. I rescued them as geriatric dogs, and I've got one that's almost 16, and he's getting to that point, where
Yeah.
he's losing muscle mass, and they just don't last long enough, right?
Yeah.
I had him since he was a puppy.
A couple of
So-
months ago, my dog had vertigo and just couldn't. Every time he shook his head, he fell over.
Fell over.
He couldn't eat.
I
Right.
think both my dogs are right at about 9 years old.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they have a good. Well, Chihuahuas tend to live a long time. You can have a Chihuahua. I've seen people have Chihuahuas for 16 to 20 years.
Dang.
So, but as far as French Bulldogs, they got an average lifespan of what 12 to 15. So,
Right. Right.
but that in a human life, that's short. And
It is.
people. That's why it's so important to take care of your dogs because they ain't here forever. You
No.
want to give them the best life they can in those doggy years. So
Dog, every
and-
time he asks for a treat now, I just give it to him. I'm
yeah.
like, "Take it around here.
They deserve. They earned it, right? They deserve it. They're old. It's just
Take it."
Yeah.
Oh,
And
Take it
what
here.
is going to love? What's going to love you more unconditionally than a dog?
I know.
Cats ain't got no soul, but I'm talking about a dog. Well, cat.
Hey, I
A
got
dog.
that's
A
almost
dog will love you unconditionally, like
I
with
got a cat.
everything.
puppy.
A dog would take a bullet for you.
Yeah.
I trained the cat. I started giving this cat massages, and it really liked it. Now this damn cat jumps on me 3 times a night. Wow, wow. Wants a
Man.
massage, right? I'm like, damn, I never should have done that.
Yeah, I can't. I'm allergic to cats.
Yeah.
This
I mean,
cat-
we
Just
got
self-serving,
cats.
right?
We got cats. PJ takes care of them. They're outside cats. I can't pet them, but the cat always comes up to me and it's cool and shit. But I can't touch them. I mean, I get definitely sick if I touch a cat.
really?
Yeah. I've been allergic to cats since I was a little baby, and I get super sick. I mean, damn near dead sick.
Mayonnaise, cats.
I can't if you have cats, if your cats are really clean, I can come in your house. If you have cats that shed everywhere and you clean the litter box once every 2 weeks, I will come in your house and literally die. Okay.
Oh.
I'll get back home and be so sick for days. I just can't be around it. It's just
Mrs. Ma'am takes
don't-
better care of this cat than she does me.
that's what I'm saying. Some people take really good care of their cats and I can go in their house. You don't even know they got a cat. Okay. That's fine. But if you're one of those people that
Cat.
halfway take care of the cat, I can't deal with it. My
they
daughter's roommates have cats and they were using some cheap ass litter. And when I went over to her old apartment, I could smell the cats and I couldn't stay there to hang out with my daughter. I was telling Tiff, I was like, listen, your roommate's got to do something with the cats. Okay. So they needed money when they moved into this nice ass condo they live in now. Right. So I had to loan them some money. And when I did, they had to have a meeting with me that the roommates can only buy good cat litter. They have to change it so many times a week. And that's so I can go visit. And now I go over there. I don't even know the cats are there. Right. They listened to me because they needed that money. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
but I
yeah.
demanded it. And I told them, I said, listen, I put this money down on this place. You do not clean up after these cats. And I walk in this house and I smell these cats. I don't care what my daughter says. I'm kicking you out of this house.
Yeah,
You
definitely. When
know,
you open the door and it's instant smell.
I just want to be able to visit my kid. That's it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I
yeah.
don't go over there a lot. I may go to her house once a month, but when I go there, I don't want to be able to walk in and go, okay, I got to leave, because the
Yeah.
first thing I get hit with is the smell of a cat. And Tiff takes really good care of her cat. It's her roommates that wasn't taking care of the cats, and I was just like, nah, this ain't working for me. I hate to be an asshole, but this ain't working for me, because it ain't a situation where I don't like cats. I really like cats. I just can't be around if it's not super clean. I just can't.
My daughter's got ducks, chickens, cats, and a dog.
Yeah, I love dogs. Dogs don't bother me.
Like, when are you gonna have me a grandbaby?
You can have the dirtiest dog in the world and it don't bother me. It don't. It could be rolling around in mud, dirty, ain't never had a bath, hair falling out. Don't bother me at all. It's just cats. It's just cats. And like I said, it's not just that, it's my health. It's bad for my health. Right. Like I'll be sick. And it ain't like I'm, making it up. I'm super highly allergic to cats. And yeah, I just, like I said, I think they're beautiful animals. I just can't touch them. I can't. So, but I don't know if them people had a cat or dog or whatever it was, but in that video I seen, I didn't see human feces. I didn't see animal feces. I didn't see any of that.
Did you see the 12 by 12 room?
I didn't see the 12 by 12 room yet. That's what I'm saying. I like to see that, because they're saying all these things. I did see a lot of trash though, and no kid should live in that condition right there alone. But are they adding that to it? And really, these people were going to the bathroom and there ain't doo doo and stuff all over the house.
Well, they said
there was a video that showed a black and white cat in the house with the door open, and behind it said "Go Puffs" on a box or something. So it looks like there could have been cats in the house.
Well, cats are usually pretty good about, if they're not trapped, about going outside.
Yeah.
Like if you have an outdoor cat, they usually are pretty good about, going outside to use the bathroom. They're usually better than dogs. Cats are easier trained to go outside than a dog is. I know all that unfold, I guess, as we move on. Now, the other conversation I want to tap in on, and I know Mab's been covering this one pretty heavily. Nancy Guthrie, man. Nancy Guthrie going on 6 months, Mab. And
I got some pictures, man. It looks like there's a square body out front behind that porch guy. You see Big City Dan today?
Did I see Big City
like
Dan?
an outline, right? Drawn around it.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't even know who Big City Dan is.
O'Connell.
Huh?
You know the FBI agent Maureen O'Connell.
The blonde lady?
Blonde lady, yeah.
Yeah.
She's good. And then
this is the one that is the retired detective, right?
Chicago, and then there's one guy, and then in Maureen O'Connell formed their channel recently.
And what does he believe, that there's a vehicle behind?
I got all the pictures and everything, man.
Well, pull them up. What are you waiting on?
All right.
Do you know how to share a screen?
I think so.
All right. Well, share them and I'll pop them up. Let's see what you got. And guys, if y'all want to come up and discuss Nancy Guthrie, and you're not a weird racist, or you're not naked and rubbing cooking oil in your hair,
please don't.
You're more than welcome to come up. But if you roll around right now in Crisco naked, don't jump on the panel.
Don't.
All right.
I don't have nightmares after I do fall asleep at 4 a.m.
Yeah. Okay. I got your pictures right here, man. All right. Let's add it to stage. Boom. Okay.
Hold on. So you see that truck back there, looks like?
Uh-huh. No, I can't really tell what that is. My biggest thing is
zoom in on it.
Is this dude is either drunk or he has a noodle leg.
Who else has noodle? Well, never mind.
Yeah, I mean, there's a dude. He has noodle arms.
Yeah, he
Okay.
has noodle arms, old jazz hands. Yeah.
Noodle arms and jazz hands.
Might
This
be
dude got noodle legs. Like, who the hell walks like that? That should be a dead giveaway. Like,
porch guy. Well, there's
yeah, look
one
how
guy
he's
that says
stepping.
he recognizes him perfectly, and it's his brother.
I mean,
You
the
know
only
who I'm
time I
talking
walk
about?
around like that is when I'm slap ass drunk.
Yeah. Yeah, that right there, how he's stepping is something.
That's odd. It's like he's on the
Yeah,
corner of his foot and his leg is bent sideways.
Yeah, who does that?
That is not a normal.
The son-in-law kicks his foot when
Okay,
he walks.
Tommy?
keep blowing it up, man. Keep blowing it up. What do you think that's supposed to be?
The truck, square
That was
body.
like that's a driveway.
Yeah. There was I think
The
Dad's
arrow's
gone
pointing at the
by
driveway.
a
It's
few
pointing
months
at that
back.
white truck right there. What
Yeah.
they say is a truck. Now let's look.
All right, we keep talking over Robert down there. What was that, Robert?
Oh, a few months back, Dad's Gone Live, I believe it was
Uh-huh.
driving through the neighborhood, and an old square body, I think it was a square body, came past him, and then they were saying it's a Ford, but it's actually a Chevrolet truck.
Okay, truck.
Now you
Yeah.
see that? That's a better shot of it right there. The bed.
Ah,
Yeah.
I mean that does look pretty square.
Oh yeah.
I
right
mean, how did
there.
they
Definitely
obtain
see
this
it.
He
image?
looks
Then?
right at it. He looks right at it when he bends down to pick up the flowers for the camera.
Yeah, you can see the cab and then the bed.
Right
There.
there.
I can see the hood and what looks like the cab of it, but I can't see the bed of it. It's like
Here.
his
Well,
arms
it's either
blocking
the
the
hood or
bed.
the cab. It's either the bed. It's hard to say. I got the comments on, so
Oh, because you're looking at it the other way. Like that could be the bed. That would be a short bed
Yeah,
truck. That would have to be
it
a
could be the-
4-door.
Could be a long
Because
bed.
those Chevrolets, the windows are not slanted a lot, right? They're slanted, kind of like that. Then that could be the hood there, right?
Yeah, I was thinking it was the hood, but I see what you're saying.
it
You're
is.
saying it's the
Yeah,
it's the tail end of it.
But they're saying that this is like a zoomed in one, and there's a guy right here. See the guy?
I see a cartoon drawing, but
Yeah.
yeah, I see something in the shadow.
Oh, sitting
This is like
inside.
the remember when they were looking
Yeah,
at
it
the
looks like a mask, right?
This guy right here.
And the eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's mask guy
it looks
number
like he's wearing
2.
a mask, the same mask.
Oh,
with his eye.
there's another picture where it has.
Is this one of those Sebastian Rogers pictures? Remember when they were looking at Sebastian Rogers and they made it look like damn Chris Proudfoot
the
and the
light
blur?
or something like that. Yeah.
I think I
Yeah,
missed
remember all
one
that?
There was one picture where it had
Yes.
two.
Now zoom in on it right there, Mab. Now that we know where to look, let me zoom right in where you're at now, like this on the porch guy.
Oh, on the porch guy? Or
I mean, it does look like something's there. I've never noticed that.
Well, they turned up the contrast really bright. There's wheels and everything. Tire.
Yeah.
But am I looking at like, when you look at the clouds and you see Puff the Magic Dragon and you see
Remember,
fucking
you're looking
Jesus
at trees and
in the
plants
toes?
too.
So you can see, you can make out the window there, right? The black window.
I mean, it's like if you told me a ninja was over there and I started looking far enough, I'd probably see a ninja. But
the further out you get, the more you can tell that there is something there.
like to me, I don't know. I've always thought to the right of them, where that light is. That's good. That's good building there, Mab.
Oh. Huh?
That's good building you did there. It looks really good.
Little pergola.
Oh, pergola.
Proud of you. You did a good job on that.
I did.
Um,
That's the view straight through the porch, right? Straight out this parking spot where you would park.
I mean, if you was parked there, I mean, I wouldn't doubt somebody could be parked there because you do have them cactuses and all them bushes that hide it pretty well.
There's the cam and the bed right there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, if you look at where it says truck, the blue line going down, because I'm a little behind.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the windshield. You know those 70s and 80s trucks.
Yeah, you're talking
have angle. You can see that windshield coming down at a slight angle, and then the hood.
I mean, that'd be a
I used
square
to own a
ass
bunch of
front
those
end to it.
trucks.
It would have to be like a square ass truck, like a
Right.
Like my Ford F-250.
or an old Chevy Dolly or
Right.
Yeah,
It'd be late, let's say 75, 74 up to
96.
90 something
Yeah.
would be in that range.
because it almost looks like where the arrow is, there's a mirror. I don't know if y'all can see
Right.
my yeah, y'all can't see my cursor.
What are you
But if
doing?
you look right below the arrow that's pointing down, that looks like the hood of the truck, and it looks like a side view mirror.
Well,
You're
on the
looking
older
me.
truck,
this is the hood?
right.
I'm thinking that's the hood,
I think
I'm-
it
and
looks like
that's the mirror,
looks
like
like
right there, and that's the
coming down.
window.
This is the bed.
At an
This is
angle.
the cab. And this is the hood.
And
So
see,
on the
you're
late
looking at
70 trucks,
you're looking at it
there was the
reverse
reflect
of what I'm thinking.
on the late 70s on the fender. There's a running light. It was rectangular, I believe.
I have a Ford 82 F-350. It's square.
Okay, let's.
Dump truck, but so it's not.
Now the Fords have on those 70s models, like the late 70s, had the hood comes straight down, or it's straight, right? And then as it goes down the front of that hood, there's a slight angle
Mhm.
to the grill. It's, I think they all the way up until like 81 or something.
I swear it looks like a guy right there sitting in it.
It does. It looks like someone's wearing a mask in that picture with right there. It looks like someone's wearing a mask. You see their mouth hole and the eye holes, and it's a black mask. Of course, the camera, night
Okay,
vision.
you would have to have a square body truck, like let's just say, for instance,
The 70s to the Chevrolet would be late 70s, mid 70s to 90.
Yeah, you're right.
um,
96.
Yeah,
let me see. Let me see.
because then you go
Yeah.
like under
Mm.
74, 73, actually 73 up. The 72 was a different body style, but they were square as well.
Um.
And that's clean, straight in front of that
Yeah.
porch.
All right. Let me
Yes.
remove this for a second, ma'am, so I can bring this up. So I can add this to the stage. So you're thinking of something square like this?
Yes.
See, what I was thinking is the truck was turned the other way.
Right.
Like you're looking at it from,
Oh.
like, say, this window. You're looking at it from this side, and see how it has the big mirrors that stick
Yeah.
out right here.
Mhm.
That's what I was thinking was in your image, map. Let me remove this. Add you back to the
You look at the
stage.
hood as well. The hood has a slight
Good
angle
point.
that says
That's
Ford, right? There's a slight angle where it says Ford on the Ford trucks, where the hood comes down. There's a slight
Yeah.
angle there. So when you're really blown up on that picture, it looks like there might be a slight angle going towards the grill.
So you're
Yeah,
thinking
see,
the truck's pointing towards the right.
Yeah, I'm thinking the truck is pointing towards the right,
So
and
you look
right
at the
where you see,
window.
you can see
There's
the
a
window.
berm right here. This is higher than the street right here, this dirt and everything. So that could be the top of the tire right there.
Yeah.
And that's the window.
So you look at the window, but then you'd have the big mirror or whatever.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I'm seeing is the mirror.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I
that's
got
a
the
big
big
mirror.
mirrors on my Ford.
Go to the one with the blue line that says truck.
Okay. Hold on, let me get this back down so I can flip.
It wasn't that one. It was the one that
That
right.
one.
That one. See at the arrow when it points down, there's this item that's is big right here. It's white. It's probably the white. See the hood right at the
Right
end
around the
of
truck.
what would be the hood.
this
That
right?
looks like a mirror.
It does look like a big mirror for towing.
Yeah, like or yeah, like even like I said on this old truck that
It would be
I
hanging
pulled up
down.
right here.
It would be
See
hanging.
how
It has
far
a-
these mirrors stick off?
Yeah,
Well,
they have
those
a
are
big,
even the smaller ones. Mine go out farther than that.
And let's just compare it to a
Look at an 82 F-350 and
a
you'll see how
70s
big the mirrors are.
Chevy truck.
Now they were saying with that Dad's Gone Live video, they were
Yeah,
saying a Ford pickup truck.
and we saw that Ford going in front of the house.
And I think it was
Well-
blue and white or something.
It looked blue and white, but it might have been white because
It could have been white.
there's
Could
been
have
some
been.
pareidolia there.
See, these
Yeah.
Chevys had those little mirrors on their 70s trucks.
Some of those that one's they had the heavy halves and all the towing package mirrors.
Yeah.
But if you look at the hood on that, it comes down on the front of that hood. It comes down at a slight angle, and you look at the windshield as well. It has a slight angle. They're not just like the new trucks.
Well, this one had a bigger mirror. This one here. But
Yeah,
most
some of them
of
had
most of the
mirrors.
Chevy trucks have smaller mirrors, but this
Yeah.
one had the bigger ones.
Mine's bigger than that.
So the Chevrolet, like the yellow one right there, it had the mirrors. Most of the Chevrolets had mirrors like that on them in the 70s. And then up in the 80s, they changed them to a mirror that had like this cover and stuff, and it was smaller.
I have the Dad's Gone Live truck.
Yeah, and it's like they said it's a F1 or a F-150 or something.
And I have that.
Ooh, I like this truck. I like to
Yeah,
have
it's
that.
a
That shit's sweet.
70.
That is sweet right there.
Yeah, that's 67.
If
So
we
I
see
can live with that. I can live with that one.
So you have a picture of the one Dad's Gone Live saw that passed him on the foot that day?
Yeah, I got that.
All right, you can pull it up, Mab. I pulled what I was doing down.
You guys can.
Wasn't that the night that someone had put the signs out?
What? Now, what do you take?
Someone
about
wrote
the
on the
sign?
back, or they put something on the back of the signs.
Do you think that was just a conspiracy to look into, like there's some weird people. Like I don't
There
know
are.
what it is about true crime cases, but it brings out some of the weirdest people. And
I think
everybody,
some-
like a lot of people that are into true crime are into conspiracy. I noticed that.
Yeah, they are.
There's,
They are.
it kind of sometimes blends together.
Here's the truck. The Dad's Gone Live. So
I think some of the people though, they have the tendencies, right, to do bad things, and that's why they're like that.
Okay, I'm waiting on Mab to pull his image up of the Dad's Gone Live truck. Now,
It's
I
kind of
mean,
like Ted Investigates, Ted Bundy, and he named himself after Ted Bundy. Come on, man.
did he really name it? Because he kind of resembles Ted Bundy to me.
He does a
You know what
lot.
I'm saying?
He was a little taller, right?
And we had women calling in today talking about how good he looked. And I was thinking,
no.
well, that's the same thing they said
I
about
kept
Ted
hearing
Bundy.
And I have a puggle,
this
right?
is Chevy right here.
And Ted's got this big old head and his little body, and we have this little puggle, and it's got a big head and a little body. And that dog, every time I look at that dog, I see Ted's face on him. Yeah, right there. See the symbol in the middle. Okay, so that right there is a Chevrolet.
That's Chevy, definitely.
That's a 60s Chevy.
Yeah, so I think it's a 67, maybe.
68.
It maybe has square headlights, so it could be an 81.
It has a square.
But that's
headlight.
a Chevrolet. That's a Chevrolet emblem. So an 81, I think is
That
81.
almost looks like it's tilted.
They had the square headlights in 81.
It's got a big old
And then-
dent back here.
Yeah. Yeah. So that looks like a Chevrolet.
Now it doesn't look like it has a dent.
And the beauty rings on the wheels, it looks like it has beauty rings as well.
Yeah, like
And
this
then
one.
that trim was normal on the heavy halves and stuff.
But with that bright moon, would that look like a white truck?
This
Yeah,
one looks a little lower, but it has that same type of grill and
Yeah.
the
So pull up a
cast.
70, pull up a 1980 Chevrolet white,
All
if
right.
you can pull up that.
Let
And
me
you'll
put
see the
mine
square
back up for a
headlights.
second. Let me go back. Okay,
Go
you say 80s.
1980. 80, 81, I think.
Another view of the truck.
Yeah, see the emblem in the center, that's a Chevrolet emblem.
Yeah, it's definitely a Chevy.
And
There
that's
is no
a
doubt in my mind.
aftermarket. Looks like aftermarket, maybe two grill, maybe.
Okay, we could go with something maybe of this nature here.
So let's see. You got 81. That's a 82. That's 80. That says 80, but
Yeah, it may not be an 80 though. It may say 80
that.
and not be an 80.
that's like an 82. I had 3 or 4 of those.
And this is the one that
What about something like
one to
this?
the left, top
Sleuth,
left,
this truck here, Sleuth said he saw at
right there, the two-tone. No, that's an
Road
81.
Canyon Lake.
So if you back up and look to the left top, go all the way up to the top left.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I see one at the top right. That
Right there, the blue one.
where
What year is that? That's 80.
I'm thinking more like along the
So look at the
lines
headlights on the 80.
of that.
Yeah.
Look at the grill with the symbol.
Yeah, it's
grill.
like that one, but it has the square headlights. See,
This
And
has a
then
square headlight. This green one does.
right, that's an 80 model. So it has the square headlights. The 79 down to 73 had round headlights.
So
See the
so
trim?
we think,
So the trim right there that runs down the side, that's very
Uh-huh.
common in that truck. And then
Yeah.
the side parking light is a rectangle going up and down. So if you look back at the house,
Right
and there's like a little glowing spot up in the front of the truck where that reflector or where that side running light is. You'll
that
see.
looks like
So
my truck
the
I got out of my yard right now, man.
The Dad's Gone Live truck has that trim run down the side.
That's the one.
It has
Where is it?
I got a matter of fact, mine is a I have a 99 Chevy.
99 Chevrolet has a 5.3 liter maybe.
Yeah, it has the
Those-
Vortec.
Yeah,
motor
those
in it.
last like forever if you take care of them.
Yeah, my truck, man, I've drove that shit everywhere. My camper truck, and it starts up first crank every time.
They last
It's
forever.
it's strong. it's starting to rust apart though, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna end up getting something new. But yeah, it hasn't let me down not one time. It don't like going up hills though because I got that camper on it.
Oh
But
yeah.
other than that, when it's on flat land, that bitch will go. It'll do 65. It'll do 65, but you got to remember it's carrying a 2,000-pound camper on the back of
I
it.
don't know what happened to the
You
truck.
got the
now.
slide in?
Again.
You have a
Yeah.
slide in camper on it? Yeah.
Yeah, slide-in camper on it.
Yeah, those are pretty
And-
damn heavy. Yeah.
Yeah, so and then I had to redo the shocks and the springs in the back to hold the camper. But top speed about 65 miles an hour if you're on flat
That's
interstate.
from
It's low geared.
If you're trying to go uphill, you're going uphill about 40.
Oh,
yeah, that's
you
a
know.
highway.
not low geared.
Yeah.
If you can travel and I drove it to Niagara Falls and Tennessee and where you just ain't going anywhere fast. If you in a rush, ain't the truck. But if you just trying to get there and have a place to stay, you take your time, it'll get you there.
How many
yeah.
miles to get to the gallon? About 12.
I don't know. It really ain't that bad. I don't think it's that bad. I think my other Chevy truck, the 2500 that I use for my mobile detailing and stuff, that shit, you can't drive that thing past a gas station.
Yeah.
But I think it's because it has
That's-
really big tires and it's jacked up, so it just drinks
Was that like a
gas.
6.6 liter or something in that one?
I don't know what's in that one. My neighbor
got
always works on it. I don't
okay.
never work on it.
I got a
These
400
were
like, 350 dump truck, and it's low geared, and it drinks gas.
Yeah.
Probably get 8 miles to the gallon without a load.
Well, I get about 10,
7,
12.
Yeah.
I think the camper truck gets about 12 to 14 miles a
I
gallon.
can carry like thousands of pounds in it. Easy.
Yeah, I carry so much weight in both my trucks. I'm surprised the tires ain't popped off the bitches.
I got a dually, so mine's.
I have a 300-gallon water tank on the one truck, and if you fill that tank up, that's
2,500 pounds right there.
yeah, that's
pounds per
2,500
gallon,
pounds.
basically.
Yeah, it's like it's squatting a truck, but I'm
Yeah.
thinking it's doing that because my shocks ain't very good on it. I need to do what I did with my camper truck, is I put the spring over shocks on it, and then it evened everything out. But before the back of my camper truck was sagging, but once I changed the springs and put the spring cool shocks on it, now it sits straight as a bitch. So
Credit for those pictures goes to Big City Dan channel.
Big City Dan. Okay.
And I think the person who sent it to them was like,
I'm gonna change my name to Backwoods Dolly.
Just moved to West Virginia, man. Have about
West
20
Virginia.
kids.
I'm close enough. I'm in Virginia.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
are.
It's amazing how much it changes from there to West Virginia, right?
Appalachian Dolly.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's plenty of Appalachian channels, that's for sure.
I was watching somebody trying to pronounce names of cities in Virginia, and Virginia has some crazy ass names for different cities. I don't know if you ever
Indian,
seen that on
Indian.
YouTube. Like they're named after a lot of natives, so it's like Waka
Yeah.
Chaka Waka
Oh,
and
yeah.
shit. You know what I'm saying? Virginia.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've never heard of that place, but I be watching all these videos on YouTube about, these different names of these crazy ass cities inside Virginia, and then they'll just put the name up there. You try to pronounce it, and then
Like
they'll come up and be like,
Nevada, Winnemucca is an Indian tribe.
yeah, like we got Corolla in Carolina the same way. Carolina got a lot of native names for cities and towns, and like you try to say some of them and it'd be something crazy, like just
Yeah.
crazy. But they have these videos on YouTube, and I don't know how I got sucked into them, but they just name different cities, but they'll put the word up there and you try to say it, and then they'll have other people try to pronounce it, right? And then they'll tell you how it's actually said,
And you're
and
way off.
then you're way off, like way the
Yeah.
hell off. Like, man, I need to learn how to read. Okay. But the way they write stuff and the way it's actually locals pronounce it, it's not even close. It's like, but I find those videos pretty entertaining on the whole thing. Let me ask y'all this. Do you think the Nancy Guthrie case is going cold?
I believe it is. The only fact we have in this whole case is that she's missing.
Here's
Right,
the
as far
problem.
as we
Here's the problem. Even if they know who's done it, they have to build a case that's going to stick for the prosecutor. They might be bringing something to the prosecutor, and the prosecutor saying, "Hell no, I can't get a conviction on that. Nano screwed the crime scene after 30 hours. All that evidence you got is going to get
Yeah.
thrown out."
Brian Etten walked up and found the blood
Yeah.
on the front. I mean, that's
Well, I don't think he found the blood. I think the
Well,
blood was already found. I think he just reported
contaminated.
on the blood. Yeah, that was a bad move on their part. I think everybody agrees that Nanu's released that crime scene way too soon.
Was that intentional or not?
Yeah.
You think it was
Yeah,
intentional? I just think he's a dumbass.
Who in their
Yeah, I
right
think
mind,
he's a
a
dumbass.
high-profile case like this, would release the scene after 30 hours and not even search? I mean, 2 days. Oh, we called off the search. Let's fly a freaking helicopter with the damn Bluetooth sniffer, and then they tell the public that they're doing it. So the guy that has the bodies obviously knows. It's like,
yeah, they screwed the pooch. There's no doubt. I think I don't care what YouTube channel you are. I think we all agree that he handled this poorly. I don't care. I don't care if you're former FBI to sleuth to idiot. I think we all agreed on that one.
I want to look up some other cases of homicide that he's handled and see what he did in those cases.
I haven't thought about that, Mab. I'm glad you brought that up. Has he ever been involved in any other what type of homicide cases, and what's their rate of
homicides all over the place in Tucson? It's crime ridden.
Oh, I know. They act like there ain't no crime in Tucson. That shit is like a dust bowl of crackheads, is what it is.
Yeah, it is.
I hate to be mean to my people from Tucson, but damn, your place you live is shitty.
When they got looped daily, there was two people that were deceased from hidden by automobiles that night.
That night, yeah. I seen one firsthand.
That's the one you stumbled up on, right?
Yeah, that's the one I stumbled up on. Yeah. Yeah, you know what they need is street lights.
Well, you're gonna pollute the place with all that light.
Yeah, I mean,
that's all right to have everybody smoking crack in the street, but then you got light, right?
Yeah, you got to worry about the lights. You got the wrong. Yeah, you enforcing light pollution, but you ain't enforcing the meth heads at the bus stop, right?
Kids can take on their bicycles and ride around Catalina foothills in the middle of the night. Nobody can see a damn thing.
I mean, you can't see. Look, I'm gonna be this is dead honest with y'all, right? So I go out there at 4:00 in the morning, 4:30ish to cover the case, and I park my car a block down the street, right? So I get out the car and I go to walk to my little location, which is a block from Nancy's. I'm park a block from the house, so I got to walk a block to get to Nancy's. It's pitch black, right? So usually I would use the phone light on my phone or something like that to see in front of me. So I forget something in the car. So I turn around to go back to the car. It is so black, right? And the rental car I had was black. I walked into the car. I didn't even see it there. I walked into it like booga. I was like, oh, there's the car. You know what I'm saying? And then I had to feel around to find the door handle of the car. That's how dark it is. When I mean pitch black, I mean pitch black. If the moon ain't out, you cannot see your hand in front of your face. It is literally that dark.
Why did they pick the brightest possible night to abduct Nancy Guthrie?
Possibly because they could see.
Well, you had the bite light.
Yeah.
How much you gonna see with a bite light?
It's pretty good, actually. I got one right in here.
We know you got a bite light and a mask, Mab.
They're pretty bright.
I'm not going to put it on. All right.
Next thing you would do, you're gonna be leaping cones in a single bound here in a few minutes.
Got to put a cape on next time,
I'm
right?
not dead.
Super Ted.
You're gonna be jumping cones in a few minutes. Be like, Mab's over there playing fucking leapfrog.
I think y'all should go out there and do some moonwalking, though.
Wasn't it Cavalcante that really launched JLR with the cone pecan?
The cone is, I think, what launched JLR. I don't know if it was Conte. I think it was just the cone that everybody looked at for fucking 3 weeks straight.
That was damn Spider-Man who clawed up the damn wall.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's had a lot of successes on YouTube. As far as Conte, he did really good on the border stuff. I think he grew the channel a lot with the border cross and stuff. I think even more. He did good on the Conte stuff, but I think he did really, really good on it. And that I didn't really follow the border stuff, but he grew a lot.
I can't remember when I first came on this channel. When I first heard of JLR, I can't remember how many subs he had.
I remember when he had hardly none.
I think I remember 13,000.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely a character. I would say kind of leaning on the eccentric side of things. I don't know. I don't know what. I like his true crime stuff. I ain't gonna hate. I don't like the rest of the shit he does because I'm not a political person. But the true crime stuff he does, I think he does a pretty good job sleuthing and stuff like that. Now, what the type of stuff he does, I don't like. But I ain't gonna knock on his content far as true crime content. I like his true crime content. Him as a person, I couldn't see me hanging out with him, not knowing the things I know now. You know,
right.
I look at the guys. I look at it now as I know he's in this for the clicks and views and stuff like that. He don't really give a fuck about these people. You know,
well, they say what he made $1 million off this Guthrie case.
Yeah, I don't care if he made $100 million. At least give a really care. If you cared, I wouldn't care what you made. It's just like, them emails that came out and he was like, we're almost to financial freedom. And it just tells me right there that, this is about the money and it's not about the story itself. But that's his business. I don't care what he does with his money. You can have $1 billion on this planet. If you ain't happy, I'd rather be happy than have $1 million.
Right. Well, he's paying all that money on legal fees.
Legal fees.
Trying to stay out of jail.
The bad thing about this is when you got money like that, you're gonna get away with a lot of stuff, and that's where I feel bad for that lady because, she don't got a chance in hell because he can drop 20,000 on a lawyer like it's change, and she don't stand a chance in court, and that's not to talk bad about him. That's just the truth. Like I said, I like his true crime content. We're just two different types of people.
He's definitely a character.
Yeah, he is a unique. He's a unique person. That is for sure. And I think that's what has drawn people to him. You know what I'm saying? Like the repeating itself and I don't know. I mean, everybody has stuff they like, and if people like him, so I can't hate on that. I mean, you gotta hate the player, not the game.
Well, he definitely tapped in the army, right?
Yeah.
I don't know about an
Got
army.
his fangirls.
like I said, I don't hate the man. I just couldn't see me and him having a lot in common. And like I said, I was even, I treated him nice. I walked up and said, hey, well, he was more friendly than I was, to be honest. He would come up to me and say, hey, Dolly, and shake my hand. And like, but, I just didn't know at that time the things I know now. Or, like I said, I'll give everybody a chance. But that stuff that came out was pretty damaging in my eyes of like, okay, like I don't wish bad things on a man or let him figure out his own shit or whatever. It's just, my point is I'm not going to associate with him. You know, it's
I met
like,
No.
Crime Con and sat next to him.
well, then I was even sharing his videos here. I was like, okay. But then that's all before that Magnolia stuff came out.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, okay. Like, I don't wish bad on the man or nothing. I just said, okay, listen, this ain't somebody I want to associate with. So I'm not going to share his videos anymore.
Lay
I'm
with
not
the
going to,
dogs, get the fleas.
huh?
It's kind of like lay with the dogs, get the fleas, right?
Yeah,
Just kind of stay
I
away
tend to
from.
want
I
to.
just figured, I don't
It's a
like.
big world. We don't listen. We don't. I ain't his enemy. Like I wouldn't go slap him upside the head or nothing. I
No.
just like you in this world. There's so many people. We can pick who we want to be around.
Right. Yeah.
I want to be around people that have the same
Like minded.
like minded as me, and not I don't listen to fucking
I
like
have like a rule in my.
Justin Bieber. You know what I'm saying? I don't do duck face and I don't do Justin Bieber. I don't know. We're different, bro. And we have some of the same interests. It seems like we could be cool, but like I said, I don't get down with some of that stuff and I don't
Yeah.
do this for clicks and views or the money. Now I gotta have money because I gotta pay the fucking bills, but
Oh
that ain't
yeah.
why I came here and to do this. And I don't know. It is what it is. Like I said, I think there's room for everybody. I
Yeah.
hope he has a good life and he figures it out. And
Yeah.
if he is putting his hands on women, I hope he stops. And
I just
money in this world, money and views and clicks are not everything in this world.
my
There's
rule is I just don't talk about shit about other creators. Period. I
well,
just do it.
some of these people that I say things about ain't creators. That's where people be like, man, you talk about other streamers. Streamers maybe, but creators, what the hell are they creating? All right.
Yeah.
So I get it. Like I said, I don't have any ill will or bad and feelings about any of these people. Some of their actions I don't like. Some of their content I do. I mean, I'm in a world where I have a microphone in front of me and I can speak on things and
I got
I'm
enough
pretty honest.
business to worry about. Then I ain't worried about nobody else's business.
Yeah, like I said, I don't care if he has $1 million or $2 million. It don't, it don't change. I got to pay my bill. He ain't paying it for me. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So I got to worry about me. So I ain't worried about his money or nothing like that. And this because like some people think, well, he has all these, you got to kiss his ass. I don't have to kiss anybody's ass. You know what I'm
No.
saying? I don't have to be your friend. If I choose to be your friend, it's because I choose to be your friend. I don't have to be your friend. There ain't no law that says, oh, well, he has a 500,000 subscribers. I better be his friend. Right? Now, I don't operate like that. I don't care if you got 1 million subscribers, 20 million subscribers. If you're doing things that I don't agree with, it don't line with my morals and my values, then I don't wish nothing bad against you. I'm just not associating with you. And I have that right as a human being to go, okay, you're not my type of dude. I don't want to kick it with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Not that I wanted him to get hit by a meteor from space or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to break a leg.
What was I going to say? I don't do it for the money either. I haven't taken a dime from YouTube ever since I started. I started a 501c3 nonprofit called the MAB Investigates Foundation. Every dime is going to go to help other people, needy people.
I need it. Let me get those dimes.
You need the water bill.
Let me get a couple. Let me get a couple. Okay. I'm going over there and sit on JLR's lap.
Hold his pelvis.
He got all the money. I'm playing. I'm playing.
I got to get a website or I can't even get the damn money out of YouTube. I think.
Oh.
It's AdSense or something.
Yeah, you start at AdSense and AdSense pays you through Google
And
and you set up
your website.
you set up your tax information, and then they'll send you a check the next to nothing.
Yeah.
Enough to be like, man, I'm so, where it really helps, and I'm always honest about financially, is if I had to run off of AdSense, this channel would have been collapsed. I wouldn't be able to pay my cable bill. It's donations that keep the channel going. Like when people donate like $2 or they get on the Dolly train, that adds up to be able to pay the bills. If you just had to go off of commercials, yeah, that it takes like, now if your channel does really, really good views, you can make some money, right? Like I'm sure there's a creator out here that's making pretty good off of AdSense, but if you just a small channel, AdSense is like not nothing.
My channel's like $400 or $500 a month. That ain't nothing.
$400 or $500 a month.
Yeah.
The amount of work put into that,
And
right?
how many subscribers do you got?
4840.
That ain't bad money, Mab.
Every time I get,
You're actually doing pretty good. If you're making
4840, they take subscribers away until I get down to 4837. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Well, I mean, subscribers fluctuate. Some people will like you for a while, then they hate you. You say something about their favorite YouTuber, then mine's been fluctuating 500 people. If I say mean things, I'll see 300 fucking people leave. But I don't really care. Like I'm like, it don't really, in the long run, it really don't matter. Like I want people to be here, but I want the people that support me to be here. I want good people to be here. I don't want this sheep on my channel. You know what I'm saying?
The first check out of the foundation to one of our mutual mods' husbands got cancer, so I threw him some bucks.
I heard something about that, man. But I keep up with the people. You know what I'm saying? I
don't want to mention it because I'm doing it in secret.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. It's good. Like when I first got up here, I'd probably struggling because I was starting a channel and I was switching from working to becoming full-time YouTube, and people have been so awesome and blessed me so much that I've been able to bless and help other people, and I think that's super cool because I was in a position where I needed the help, and now I can help other people.
I think you had like 23,000 or something when I came over here 4 years ago, almost 5.
Yeah, well, this channel, this one, I don't know, over the last couple of years, it's grown a lot.
Channels at one point, you had to switch the whole channel.
Yeah, I got 2 channels. I got the other channel has 30,000 subscribers, and I got multiple channels. I got channels people don't even know I got.
We got Dolly Uncensored, right?
I got Dolly Uncensored. I got another channel. I got channel that people don't know because I don't let people know it's me because then they don't troll it. They just watch the videos on it.
They don't make it.
And they don't even know it's me. Huh?
One of them AI channels.
I got another pretty successful channel.
40,000 views.
It does pretty good, and people don't even know it's my channel. I'll never tell because I don't have to hear no trolling, nobody shit talking me, no nothing. It's a faceless channel, and it's pretty successful. So
I'm starting a couple of them.
So when people wonder how many subscribers do I have, if you look at it across the board, I got 140, 50, 60, probably 175,000 subscribers.
Oh, wow.
You got Facebook too.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why I say it really don't matter. Like a couple people coming or going or getting mad at me, because the same people that are mad at me, 6 months from now they'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Dolly." You know what I'm saying? They come in. Sometimes subscribers come and go. They got their favorites for a little bit, and they'll be mad at you, and then they'll go watch somebody. They'll get mad at them, and then they'll come back and shit talk them. There's a lot of that on the internet. So
see my water splitter freaking invention.
Did I see your water splitter invention?
Yeah, it's awesome.
No, I haven't.
Check it out.
You have a water splitter invention?
Yeah.
Are you gonna sell it to Shark Tank?
Probably, yeah. Here it is.
I'm gonna steal it. You got a patent on it?
No, you can't patent it. It's already.
Okay, how are you splitting the water?
The hydrogen device still works. I made it like 15 years ago.
What does it do?
Watch. Makes explosive gas.
Really?
Hydrogen and oxygen
It did just work.
out of water.
It wasn't recording. There it goes.
Whoa. Good. Look at that. Wow.
Okay, once it split, though, does it take the air out of the water?
It takes the hydrogen, well, H2O, it splits 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom out.
Pretty impressive.
So the gas is explosive. So this hose right here, plug that into your vehicle. Bam. It will clean all the carbon out of your engine.
Oh, okay. All right. All right, pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I don't know what the hell that would do, but what did you create it for?
I was just experimenting with running stuff off of hydrogen.
Oh,
Grounds gas actually, but you can actually run motors off that stuff.
I mean, is that what they're going to run like water-based cars off of one day?
Remember the guy named Stanley Meyer? He actually had a Volkswagen that ran on water. And they killed him. They killed him for
Yeah,
it.
the guy that invented the carburetor that ran on water.
Yeah, remember that guy?
Yeah,
They
they
poisoned.
shelved that.
No, they poisoned the guy.
Oh,
Somebody
poison.
says, Dolly, you're somewhat interested in supernatural, aliens, Bigfoot, etc. You need another channel focused on those ideas. How do you know my other channel don't deal with those?
Like Bigfoot alien thing from a couple nights ago.
But it don't. I do need a channel that does that. I also wanted. I just not having time. If I had the way I wanted to do it, I would have for every topic that I'm interested in. I would have my own channel related to that. And the way I've been running everything else is I haven't had time to do all that.
Yeah.
But I would like to really. I've always really wanted to do me a good MMA channel, and I always start it, but never. I end up running out of time, and you can't keep up with it.
Dakota Ditchaba. Have you heard of her? It's like the baddest ass woman fighter out there.
I have no clue.
If you beat everybody so far.
I couldn't tell you. But hey, I want to thank you. We're at the 2-hour mark. That's about it for me tonight. I want to thank you for coming up, man. Robert, it was great talking to you tonight, guys. I think we had a good conversation. It was good.
Yeah.
I think so.
A little squirrel time to time, but we're pretty much on it. So I appreciate y'all's time. Till next time, man. Robert, y'all be good.
Peace.
Okay. So anyway, hopefully we get some justice in the Nancy Guthrie case. I'm praying to God that, this ain't something that does go cold. It's just, I try to do my best to keep the attention on it, which is less and less each day, kind of, right? Because now she's not even the main topic anymore. And that's, we get to this point in all the true crime cases, which is sad. I really want them solved. I don't want things to go cold, and that's why I continue to push as hard as I do. So many people have been like, Dolly, stop talking about fucking Nancy, right? Move on. And it's just like, I feel like if I do, that's like giving up. And I've never been a quitter. I just haven't. So like I just, she may not get as much attention as she did originally. And you have to put a cap on it at some point. And I figure 6 months, we ain't going to forget Nancy. We're still going to keep her out there as much as we can. And I am going to be doing a little fundraiser coming up for Nancy. And this is what it's going to go to. It's going to go to bumper stickers. It's going to go to yard sale signs and other promotional items to spread the word of Nancy. Because I can only talk about it so much. We can only help by talking about it so much, spreading awareness. And there's a lot of people doing it. Like I said, even if I dislike you, like I said, I don't agree with the actions of Jazz Hands over there, but he has spread the word of Nancy to millions of people, right? So I'm I like that, right? Even if I don't agree with what type of person you are, or anything like that, I don't. When there's credit to be given, I will give that credit. And that man, he's got a lot of people that was interested in Nancy Guthrie case. Yeah, there'd be days he'd have 20,000, 30,000 people in the room about Nancy Guthrie, and that is awesome. Just like even these other people that I don't agree with, they're still, they're still keeping that name out there, that and working it. And like I said, I don't agree with some of the things they say or all the things they do, but I do like the fact that it's about, Nancy's names out there and people are still talking about it. That's super important in this. And like, I'll give people their credit when their credit is due, but when you just say terrible things, don't do that. Like I said, I don't hate YouTubers. I don't hate anybody in this whole world. Uh, I want everybody to be good people and have healthy lives. That's important. Is your most important, more than money, more than clicks and views, more than any of this. I've learned this. Your health is the most important thing you got. Like if I can make $1 million, but if I drop dead tomorrow, what good does the $1 million do me? It don't do me no good, right? So the health is your most valuable thing. Your health and your time, right? It's the things you can't get back. So them are the most important things. And like I said, we won't forget Nancy. We're going to do more things to try to physically help than to talk about it on YouTube. Like I said, I want to get a bunch of yard sale signs out there. I want to get some banners put up in Tucson. I want to get everybody with bumper stickers out there. And we're going to be doing raising some funds for that. All right. So if you guys want to, and it ain't going to take a lot. This ain't something we got to raise $5,000 or any of that. It's low cost. And I like to make the biggest bang for the least amount of money. Okay, what can we do that's not crazy expensive, that has a big turnaround, that could, these signs could, unless somebody destroys our signs or gets rid of the signs instantly, which I doubt they do. It's just one of those things, we got to get the right people to go around to houses and neighborhoods and put these signs out and ask people to put them in their yards, because if we just put them in the street, of course they're not going to last long. But if we go around to people's houses and say, hey, do you care if we put this in your front yard? And then people ain't going to go up in somebody's yard and take the sign. As long as it don't say Trump on it, the sign should be good, right? Put a Donald Trump sign up, that shit going to be gone, right? It ain't political, so most people ain't going to destroy it, right? Hopefully. So I was looking at, signs, two-sided signs, 100 of them. You're talking right around $700. If it's double-sided. If we do one side, we're talking half that. So we're talking about $500, and then hundreds of bumper stickers that we can distribute to people that are in Tucson or to other creators that are in Tucson that'll hand them out. Go to a grocery store or something, or get some of these knuckleheads that'll just put them on people's cars. But we do bumper stickers, buttons, just different things to help spread awareness for Nancy Guthrie, even if it's print out pins with help find Nancy Guthrie and like the call in number. But we want to do some stuff like that. And so we're going to come up with a way to do a little fundraiser where maybe I'll auction some things off, or I'll do some giveaways to whatever we got to do to come up with the funds for it. And then of course we'll get it printed, we'll get it distributed, and worst case scenario, I don't want to go back out there. Okay, I don't want to have to go out there myself, but I think there's enough cool YouTubers out there that are putting boots on the ground, that I think if we hit them up and said, hey, will you put these out for us, right? Um, they'll do it. I think anybody that really cares, help. If if they tell you fuck no, f off, Dolly, then I'd be like, well, these people don't really care. If they care, they'd want these out there just as much as I do. Okay. And I just think that's a great way to help in a large scale, because like I said, we can get hundreds of signs, we can get hundreds of stickers. I can put out some shirts. and I can print them myself, so that ain't the printing fees ain't there. There's just a lot of things we can do on a budget. Like if we say, hey, we want to put up a billboard, we're talking thousands of dollars. That's crazy, right? I think we can have just as much impact with way less money than that. Way less. Okay. And one, you might not be looking up to see the billboard. You may ride right past your neighbor's house with that Nancy sign in it, right? And see that. So I think we can have way bigger impact with way less money. And that's the same thing I did in Summer Wells. That's the same thing I did in Michael Monkey Vaughn. I just did it in a small scale. I want to up the scale. And even in Michael Monkey Vaughn, I want to do something in that too. But baby steps. Let's do one at a time, because I want to do some signs around Oregon and Fruitland that say justice for Michael Monkey Vaughn, especially before they go to court. I want the whole damn area to know, right? And I'm going to save some of my money from the detailing to try to help in that the Michael Monkey Vaughn advertising that that I'm going to do in this one, because I want to make an impact. I want these people to go to prison. Okay, I want these people to go to prison in the Michael Monkey Vaughn case. I want everybody seeing that boy's face all over Oregon, because I don't know if y'all are familiar, but Fruitland, Idaho sits right on the border of Oregon. Okay. So like most people don't stay in Fruitland, they stay in Oregon, and then they just ride over the bridge into Fruitland. So basically part of Oregon is like the main area. So I want to do a bunch of stuff in the Oregon area that leads over to the bridge to Snake River into Fruitland, and just plaster that shit before this man steps into court in September. That's my plan. And like I said, I'm going to be putting money aside from work, because I've been hustling. It's been raining, so I ain't been doing nothing right now. But as soon as the weather clears up and I can get out there and grind a little bit, I'm going to be putting that money to the side to do these signs and stuff in Michael Monkey Farm. I want to do the same thing in Fruitland that I want to do in Tucson. Okay. I know that's a lot, but it needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? And where there's a will, there's a way. And I'm a strong believer in that. And we're going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen. And like I said, I'm going to be in Fruitland for that, for when Stacey Wander goes to trial. That devil, I got eyes on him. And I'm just, this is going to be them days that, I pray and that the world, that this boy gets justice. And this will be one of those cases that after 5 years, I can put it behind me. Right. And we don't get to do that a lot. Okay. That I've been through the whole thing, and not that it's over, because it'll never be over till that little boy's found, but there'll be some closure. And in that case, that's what I look forward to, is that close. I mean, for me, I don't know if Brandy will ever get the type of closure she deserves, but my mission is for justice. And once justice is served, that's kind of the closure that I'm looking for. Like I said, it'll never heal Brandy. But I'll be able to go to sleep at night knowing that the people that are responsible for what they did to Monkey or behind prison, and I did everything I could to make sure that happened. You guys have been awesome tonight. Like I said, I don't know what we're going to come up with, to fundraise. We'll do something cool, some kind of giveaways and different things like that. Whatever you can come up with, y'all start brainstorming. Because we don't really have a long time. I mean, Nancy's not a huge rush. Michael Monkey Vine got to happen pretty quick though, because that's rolling up quickly. And like I said, I want to do this before Stacy goes to court. There ain't no court in Nancy, but I still want to take care of the Nancy stuff, what we can do to help, and of course the Michael Monkey Vaughn stuff. Them are two of my biggest missions right now. Okay. And I don't have it all planned out. I don't have it all figured out. I don't know where we're going to go with it, but I know it's going to happen. Okay, it's once I lock it in, it's locked in, and we will make some magic happen. Okay, that I think everybody will be proud of in the end. You guys sleep good, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Dolly loves you guys. Peace. Oh, buydollysoap.com. I just restocked all the soap. Okay, for people that's been asking, buydollysoap.com. Tammy, thank you so much for your donation and jumping on the Blessed Express with us late night. It's been great seeing you guys, and thank y'all for just being here with us. Awesome night, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Peace.